Welcome back to Ferocious Education, this is Zed. Today, we're going to be talking about metamaterials once more, going with the ticker MMAT. I did talk about this one extensively previously, and in this video, we're going to go towards multiple new things that I would like to highlight, so without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So we're going to go towards a bit of due diligence and technical analysis. My previous video is in the description below if you'd like to watch this one. So first off, Meta delivers previously unachievable performance across a range of applications by investing or inventing, designing, developing, and manufacturing sustainable, highly functional materials. Our extensive technologies platform encompasses three core capabilities: holography, lithography, and wireless sensing. It is software and AI design driven. This allows us to develop a library of solutions and functional prototypes much faster at a lower cost than traditional chemical synthesis. We enable leading global brands to deliver breakthrough products to their customers in consumer electronics, 5G, health and wellness, aerospace, automotive, and clean energy. So Meta owns a broad and growing portfolio of intellectual property, patents, and trademarks. We went over the trademarks and patents previously, so you'll have to watch that, I believe, 2 videos ago. And they do have an extensive patent list. Now, in today's video, there has been a lot of talk about a short squeeze, and I'll try to refer to this in a second. So basically, first off, they announced the renowned scientist enjoined new scientific advisory board back in August 19th. That's the latest news that we have, and it's been a bit of a snooze fest in the last 2 weeks or so. Now, in terms of their presentation that was put up in August, basically some of their technology that is showcased, including the meta materials specifically as well, and talking about the meta advantage that reduces speed, or actually increases the speed, reduces the waiting time, increasing scale, and decreasing cost. And in terms of basically their applications, it includes 5G infrastructure, vehicle electrification. It has more than combined $3 trillion in other verticals. Scarcity and control of raw material and metamaterial device market is expected to grow to $10.7 billion SAM by 2030. So some of their technology platform capabilities includes and not limited to holography, lithography, and wireless sensing. So for holography, it's laser recorded into photopolymer, whether hollow optics, shield and meta air, or AR fusion. And for lithography, its RML produces submicron metal mesh and nanoweb antennas and reflectors, and EMI shielding and de-icing and defogging. Meanwhile, wireless sensing includes metamaterial film enhancing signals and images, including and not limited to GlucoWise, which is a non-invasive glucose monitor, and RadIWise, which is an MRI image enhancement. And some of the things here that we want to take a look at, for instance, is the transparent passive 5G reflectors. So basically, high-speed 5G signals need to be in line of sight, requiring placements of many small cells. But if you do include some of these reflectors, you might need, or you might save in a lot of $1 billion in infrastructures. And other ones as well is invisible antennas that enhances indoor 5G and digital TV receptions indoors. This is a high-tech solutions for indoor buildings. Now, another one is LiDAR protection, as well as de-ice and defog EMI shielding that could be useful for EV vehicles where the engines themselves don't get hot. Remember, EV is more motor-based than an engine-based, which means it runs basically on motors closer towards the wheels itself, and it doesn't have that massive engine in the front that burns onto gas and is basically a heat source on its own. So this is very useful for EV in itself. You also have transparent sensors and 5G antennas, integrated AR with prescription lenses, as well as solar energy applications, as well as medical applications with mid to long-term potential anywhere from 2 to 7 years, going anywhere from $2 billion market potential to $15 billion potential each. Now, on other things, they do have different partners as well as different patents. It's an extensive list of patents. I did even go towards Palacris. George Palacris has an extensive patent list himself and research papers as well. Now, there has been a recent purchase, which was Nanotech, that they bought it around $1.25 per share, payable in cash, around $90 million, equivalent to around $72.6 million. And they have debt-free balance sheet. Basically, they work with different bank notes, so that kind of stuff, with the different confidential central bank contracts, in effect around $30 million multi-year developments deal in 2017. So you'd have to watch, I think, 2 videos back to understand a little bit more about nanotech. But now when it comes in towards the short interest and short flow things. But before moving on forward, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on. Don't forget to drop a like to this video as well, and you can join our Discord totally free in the description below. Now, in terms of Twitter and this buzz in retail and social media, currently it's showing a screenshot of FinViz showing that there's a short float of around, I believe, 43%. Now, I'm not able to find that, so you're able to see a lot of, if you were to scroll down, you would probably be able to see it, but there's a lot of buzz around it right here, 43.01, and I'm not able to see that. So I'm not sure why it's not put up. And also the shares float is not put up on FinViz, so I'm not sure exactly how they got this just 2 days ago. So it might be a glitch in the system, but currently the information I have is relating towards Yahoo News on their stock price histories and share statistics. So currently it shows that there is around 279.78 million outstanding shares and around a flow of 231.31 million shares. Now, currently shares outstanding here is 197. So apparently this is a bit more as well. When you're considering 279, that's millions of shares more, almost around 80-ish million more shares. Currently, it shows that they're held by insiders around 19% and institutions being around 6.45%. And currently, the shares short are only at 19.47%, which basically, as of the last estimate on August 13th, 2021, shows a short interest or short percentage of shares outstanding being around 6.96. And if you were to take into consideration that 19.9 or 19.5 million shares and take it into the short, it's less than 10% in terms of a short float based on August 13, 2021 data. Now, we don't have any updated data. For some reason, it's not showing those ones, but some people claim it's all the way up to 40%. And let's quickly go towards technical analysis and discuss those claims in a second. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, on the 1 month, 1 day, there's a couple of things I do want to talk about here. I'm using TradingView today just because the platform and the other one doesn't show the pre-merger or the pre-split. So for this one here, just a quick thing that there has been some claims that it's above $20 previous split. It was around above $20 or 22 equivalency. It's just because the number of shares changed and there was a split. So I think it was a 1-to-5 split, if I recall correctly, 1.5, sorry, 1 and 2 split. And so there was that kind of split already. So in all technicality, people weren't able to actually sell at $22 per share, but it should be equivalent to what was $22 per share. So around 5 times more the level where it is right now. Now, on the MACD, which is again a momentum kind of indicator, it shows you kind of a bullish reversal that is going towards the bullish side, and it does show some strong momentum as well. Currently, it's somewhere in neutral level. It's not overbought or oversold based on the Williams percent R, which is very similar to the relative strength index, also known as RSI. So these two indicators really showing you that there is a potential for a continuation of this trend. But again, we don't have any information relating towards the short interest or the short float that could be very accurate. But right now, on the Fibonacci retracements, I do want to highlight a couple of points here, just because these are used by institutional buyers. There's currently a resistance at the 547 level on the short interest side, or sorry, on the resistance side, and then 860, 1112, 1365, 1724, and 2182 are all different resistances on the Fibonacci retracements part. Now, in terms of the current support, there seems to be a very strong support around the 421, and below there, 361, below there around 308, and then 284, going around 272. In terms of resistances, we're able to see one around the 480, and then going upwards to the 576, and then around 671, going upwards to around 799 from there, around 1006, and then you start jumping to 1305, and then upwards to that $22 spike. Now comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one and what's going to happen? Now, in all honest opinion relating towards this one, this is metamaterials now, it's not Torchlight anymore. And you need to recognize that a lot of people are going to try to ride that short squeeze kind of ride itself. Now, already jumped from $3 all the way up to almost $6. It was actually, in fact, around $5.78. And I do anticipate high volatility. However, you're able to see massive red candles as soon as it kind of tried to jump. And it really shows you there's a lot of resistance from folks that bought around from around the $22 all the way to $5. So this might actually be a little bit of a painful wait. It will need PR. I don't think that this is a short squeeze thing. There's a lot of shares in flow. Apparently, the entire shares flow is closer to 200 million shares. It's around $1.3 billion market cap. There's currently more attractive contesters relating towards that quote-unquote short squeeze, such as BBIG, for instance, with 1/10 the short float currently off this one here. Now, in terms of the percentage of the short float itself, we don't have that accurate information. If you do, mention it down in the comments below, then check them down below just to help you with other fellow shareholders or people who are interested in this one. Now, it comes to the question, should you continue to invest into this one or add more positions? That's your opinion. For my own opinion, I still find it a very attractive technology, one of the only companies on there with metamaterials that are very promising, and they have a lot of cash in held. Remember, they had to erase all their debt before that reverse merger, and it's definitely an interesting pick, but stay away from pump and dump schemes relating towards trying to get people just to buy for the sake of a short squeeze onto this one, because it's very unlikely for my own opinion. But what do you think about this ticker? Make some mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.